Hey, what's good, everybody? Lee Sanders here, checking out all new RCWR show for Wednesday of January 12th, 2022. Yeah, we're coming on a little bit early. We're coming on actually at the time we're going live right now. We are about less than 3 hours away from an all-new AEW Dynamite on TBS. And for those of you that's wondering that we'll be checking this out live, this show that is, we're still going to be coming on later on this evening talking about AEW Dynamite Fallout. So we were actually supposed to do our NWA post-show coverage for you guys last night, but I have been dealing with off and on with a pounding, grueling headache. I don't know what the hell's going on. I got plenty of rest, didn't oversleep whatsoever, but I don't know if it's maybe allergies. I don't know what it is, but ever since I got off work yesterday, I've been dealing with a pounding headache, and it actually had got much worse going into today. And it was so bad that wifey actually checked up on me and asked me if I had taken anything for it yet. I said, no, I've just been kind of winging it out. Doesn't feel anything diabetes related, because I know some of you guys, you go with me a while back, and I know some of you guys, hey, man, your number's okay. Nah, my numbers are good. The numbers are good. Push comes to shove, though. I mean, we'll see how I'm feeling. But tonight's show may be pending as far as AEW Dynamite coverage. That may be pending. Depending on how I'm feeling, but I'm knocking on wood. I'm definitely knocking on wood. Wifey's already prepared me. She said, hey, if push comes to shove, there is a COVID test you can give yourself. And I told her straight up, I said, yeah, hopefully it won't come to that point, because the last thing I'm trying to do is do something like that. So we're going to try to see if we can pump this out as quick as humanly possible. Not to mention, I've got the little one. I've got the new little bundle of joy, Chloe, over here. You guys can't see her because I'm looking at the real-time camera right now. You all, unfortunately, aren't able to see her, but she's pretty much, well, I don't know. Y'all might actually be able to see her because she's right around here, and she's knocked out right now. So we'll see how long I can get away with doing this post-show coverage. All right, so look, before I even talk about NWA Power for this week, I got to rewind it back, y'all. I got to rewind it back, and I got to show some love to the series premiere of NWA USA from over the weekend. I told you guys, as far as NWA USA coverage, I wasn't going to be doing live post shows on it, that most likely we were going to talk about it, group it when we get ready to talk about NWA Power in general. I got to say, I like it overall. I like the episode that they put out. I like the format that they have. I like the fact that you can get in there and you're in and out when it comes to NWA USA. I love that because this is a bite-size episode. Basically, we're talking about barely 30 minutes of a show, and you pretty much are able to go in there, experience 2 matches, little bit of interviews in between, some quirky little stuff, but I like just boom, 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 that's it. I love it. And I also love the fact that we've got Nick Aldis, we've got Chris Adonis. I like the fact that some of the main stars are coming over to NWA USA, giving it that nice little rub off and everything. I also, at the same time, I kind of feel as though with NWA USA now being in the picture, you can easily, if you wanted to, somewhere down the road, you could easily go on ahead and you can plant some little seeds in there where if you wanted for something to maybe start as far as a rivalry goes, if you wanted for that rivalry to begin on NWA USA and bleed over into NWA Power, you have that option as well. So overall, I like the show. The show definitely gets a thumbs up from me. I went into this show knowing that basically we've got this junior heavyweight tournament that's coming about, And obviously, the way that they're doing it right now with this 2-match format system, it's going to be several weeks before we're finally able to see who's going to become the new NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. But then even at that, we're talking about going forward as far as the future goes. I love how things pretty much opened up, and without a shadow of doubt, we're also going to be seeing the NWA National Championship play a prominent role on this series as well, on top of the Junior Heavyweight Championship. So I like the way that they've got this set up right now. Some quick results from this week's series premiere of NWA USA, which you can catch on YouTube. In case you had missed the news there, you can catch NWA USA for free Saturdays, noon Eastern on YouTube, and on Fridays, rewind it back, Fridays, you'll be able to catch episodes of NWA Power for free on YouTube as well. Meanwhile, if you are a Fight TV subscriber, so it's interesting how they're doing it right now for those of you that may be a little bit curious. Okay, so I have been a Fight TV subscriber of the NWA since day freaking one that they made the announcement they were going to Fight TV. I've been with them that long. And as I had mentioned off and on over the course of the months, the subscription is $5, $6, $7 basically. Okay. So you're keeping that in mind. And I know one big question that a lot of NWA Fight TV subscribers had was, okay, so you all are now introducing this NWA All Access Pass. What does this mean for those of us that's already paid the $5? What does this mean for us? What's the 411? So the way it's looking right now, if you did not do that $5 to $7 NWA Power All Access, then you're going to pay the $49. You're going to pay the $49. That's if you're interested. If you're interested in paying the $49, go ahead. Why don't you? Because NWA had revealed that they're now going to be extending their pay-per-view catalog for the calendar year to a total of 6 pay-per-views. 6 pay-per-views for 2022. Hey, that's pretty damn good. On top of that, you get access to exclusive original series like the 10 Pounds of Gold. You're also going to be able to access all the episodes of NWA Power. You're going to get first dibs of the first run episodes of NWA Power. And apparently you're supposed to be getting first run episode access to NWA USA. I'm sure that latter part is still being worked out, because I couldn't help but look at the upcoming NWA programming on Fight TV, and they mention nothing about the next episode of NWA USA. I would imagine maybe by Wednesday or Thursday, maybe that'll change. Or correction, maybe Thursday or Friday of this week, maybe that'll change, but I have to wait and see. So, but I mean, that's a pretty good deal for $49.99. I mean, you definitely save some serious money, as on top of all of that, for that $49.99, you get access to all the NWA pay-per-views that's going to be released this calendar year. So, I mean, you're definitely saving some serious coin. Definitely saving some serious coin. So I plan on signing up. I actually was going to do it this week, but I had to take care of some miscellaneous show expenses. So I'm actually going to be getting my all access pass next week, for those of you that are curious. But if you asking me straight up if that's something you should sign up for, hell to the yeah, I would say definitely sign up for that bad boy. But I was bringing that up because those of you that are, and I think it's important that we mention this off the break. So if you did pay the $5 to $7 already to Fight TV this month so you can access the NWA content, you guys are fine. You are not going to be put in a position where you got to pay even more money just to be able to access the first run episodes of Power and check out all the other content that's part of that $5 to $7 tier. Okay, we're all good. We all are good. I would imagine we've got until the end of the month, And then from there, if we're interested in, honestly though, I really hope that Fight TV decides to go ahead and keep that $5 to $7 tier in place, because for some people, $49.99, I mean, yeah, you're saving a ton of money, but for some people, that's a lot to be dropping off the break. I hope that they just leave it honestly at 2 tiers. You know, basically let that $5 to $7 tier get you access like you've been had access to. Let you be able to get access to the new episodes of NWA Power. Check out previous episodes of NWA Power. Now, if you wanted to fine tune it a little bit and maybe you wanted to say, okay, well, we got to make it really worthwhile for the $49.99. What exactly could we do for that $49.99? Then I would say where you tweak it is for that lower tier, that $5 to $7 tier, go on ahead and just, you get access to all the episodes previously of NWA Power. You get access to new episodes of NWA Power. You don't get access to the NWA original specials. You don't get access to the pay-per-views. You want to get all of those nice little perks, you got to go with, right? You want to get access to first run episodes of NWA USA, then you have to upgrade to the $49.99. I think that would make a whole lot of sense. Not for nothing, but Fight TV on their official social media page, they did say that they were still ironing out all the kinks. So I would imagine before the month is out, they definitely are gonna squash that. So look, no reason for me to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on until the break of dawn in regards to the NWA USA TV results. Real quickly here, we had Colby Corrino pick up a victory over C.W. Anderson to advance. Remember how fun it was? And I'm not saying that sarcastically, but remember how much fun it was when we were going over the brackets and I was telling you guys who all I got advancing and all of that good stuff. I got to work on an updated bracket, by the way, for you guys, because I know we were kind of, wait a minute, who's in this one again? Because the coloring that they were using, and those hot Miami colors that they were using was throwing me off. But hey, hit pay dirt on that one. Colby Corrino picking up a victory over C.W. Anderson in about 4 minutes. They had a nice little Natalia Markova segment as she swears all up and down the photographer that was helping her out with her photo spread didn't know what the hell he was doing, as she feels she's worked with many professionals before and he ain't no professional. All he's doing is basically gawking at her and all that. It was just so random of a segment that we had in there. It really was. I liked it though, because it was essentially highlighting some of the folks that you'll be able to see that's part of the NWA family. So I kind of like that quirkiness of it. Also, we had a nice big development, and I would imagine this is something that maybe is going to continue on with NWA USA. But one interesting storyline that we got right now is the Perfect Storm. Tim Storm, as it was announced on the debut episode that he is the NWA USA managing director, and he suspended off the break the Fixers, Dre Bradley and Wrecking Ball, for a beatdown that they had gave to Georgia South, who was being interviewed by Cal Davis. He was trying to make peace with Colby Corrino, but Colby never came out to interact with him. Instead, it was the Fixers that came out, and they pretty much gave him a beatdown and everything. Tim Storm pretty much came to the scene after the fact, and the way he retaliated was by saying that the Fixers are suspended. So, and when you go back and you pay attention to that segment particularly, basically he was suspending them from NWA USA. I want to make sure that we're really stressing that they were suspended from NWA USA. as I do not believe, just the way it was worded, I do not believe they have been suspended from NWA Power. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to continue to play out, because I would imagine the fixers are not going to take that suspension laying down, that they're probably going to try to figure out a way to really stick it to Tim Storm. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on that one. Also, we had the father-son, Luke Hawx, taking on PJ Hawx. That one went about 4, maybe 5 minutes. That was the second matchup for NWA USA this past weekend. On that one, Luke Hawx picking up the victory over his son. So your man out the gate is doing pretty good so far with his bracket rundown here. So we'll see how far this can go, man. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty confident in regards to these brackets. I think I might have myself a flawless bracket right here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But nice, solid little episode of NWA USA. Great series premiere. Like I said, you're in, you're out. Good stuff. Best 25-30 minutes that you'll spend. They've already edited out the commercials and all that stuff. I mean, if anything, you just got their own NWA Pro Wrestling Tees plug. You know, you might have your Austin Idol plug in there, but it's nice. So I would definitely say check it out. You know, it reminds me of, God, if I were to kind of describe it for you guys right now, it reminds me a little bit, you know what, consider that series right now to be their version of WWE Main Event. Maybe even Sunday Night Heat, but a little better. When I say a little better, it's worth going out of your way to actually watch, whereas those other shows, you're just kind of going, I'll just read the results. Kind of one of those type of deals. All right, so NWA Power for this week. Let's talk a little bit about NWA Power for this week. By the way, in case you guys made it up to this point, you're enjoying yourself so far. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go out of your way and you hit that like button. When you hit that like button, you really help me a ton, especially on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, when you hit the like button, it really helps YouTube recognize content like this, push it out there more for a wider audience to check out. Feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. And I'm actually going to create a poll. Look out for the poll on Thursday. I'm going to be asking you guys straight up if you would like me to cover NWA, all the talk of NWA Wednesdays at about this same time, because typically I have classes and work for my day job that takes up a good majority of my day. And then usually I have a little break period right about here where I can pull off doing a show before I have to take one more class and then be done for the evening. So I'm going to create a poll asking you guys if you would just prefer getting the show, you know, whenever I'm able to put it out on Tuesdays, or if you guys would actually prefer it if maybe around this time, maybe a little earlier, if I could do the NWA coverage live like we're doing right now. I was paying attention to the analytics, and it looks like there's a decent amount of you guys that are running around between the 5 to looks like the 5 to 6:30 time frame, evening on the East Coast. So look out for that poll and sound off, let me know. All right, so NWA Power for this week. You know, some big developments came about from this week's show. Number one, Melina, to kind of follow up on what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. She came off to me as if she was not done with Kamille just yet in regards to becoming the NWA Women's Champion. She came off to me as if she was not done with her feud against Kamille, that honestly it was just beginning, and she maybe was gonna go down this path of, you are my addiction, right? You are my fascination. I am fixated on you, and in a deranged kind of way it could go eventually. Well, we saw some really strong seeds being planted here as Melina was having an interview with May Valentine, and Melina talked about how, as far as she's concerned, she is still the #1 contender, that she is still, for all intents and purposes, the one that's going to be facing Kamille, and she feels she can win that championship from Kamille, and she's going to do whatever she needs to do by any means necessary to get another match with Kamille for that championship. And it felt so like a hard 180. It just felt so random. And that's the thing that I like about NWA at times, because they'll give you something that is just so, well, that just came from out of nowhere. What the hell are you guys doing right here? And you question it, when in reality, they're kind of giving you a little bit of a huge breadcrumb on what eventually is going to be developing. Point being, in this particular interview, May Valentine just randomly out of nowhere, she just casually mentions, well, this obsession with yours, if you keep taking it to the level that you're going to be taking it, you could get fired, because I'm not a NWA official. I'm not part of the board, but you continuing to operate this way, you could get yourself fired. What do you say to that? How do you feel about that? So I thought that was just so random that we just went there. And when you see the episode, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, because I know a lot of you guys, you don't have the Fight TV subscription. So when you see the free episode on Friday, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But Melina just pretty much scoffed at that and pretty much was saying, it is what it is, but I got to follow this through. I've had so many challenges in my life. I've always been able to overcome them. But no, I'm not done with Kamille. That was pretty much her message. She's not done with Kamille. For all intents and purposes, she is the #1 contender. Well, I would like to see her have that same conversation with that same passion and energy. I would like to see how that goes with Kiera Hogan. I would love to see that, because Kiera Hogan had officially on this week's Power won a fatal 4-way match where up for grabs was becoming the #1 contender to face Kamille for the championship. Kiera Hogan picking up a victory over Kenzie Page, Genocide, Christy James. Again, Kenzie Page, Genocide, Christy James. Kiera Hogan picked up a win over those girls in a fatal 4-way. She actually pinned Christy James for the victory, connecting with the face to music maneuver on her. So she's getting that title shot, and well deserved. I love me some Kiera Hogan. Anybody that's been checking me out for a good number of years now, and if you at least go back with me as far as when I was regularly covering Impact Wrestling on the Impact Showdown series, I was singing the praises of Kiera Hogan then. And if you were checking the show out when I was doing the WoW recaps, I was really putting Kiera Hogan over. So for Kiera Hogan to just, and look, not for nothing, but the homegirl has just come off of a really good match against Mickie James for the Knockouts Championship. She also had that nice tag match with Mickie James that we talked about some weeks back, where they were trying to see about getting some tag team gold and all that. I'm happy that we got a girl like Kiera Hogan in this position where she's going to be taking on Kamille. I'm looking forward to seeing these two lock up. But at the same time, I got to have some more of that Kiera, Mickie James. I got to have some more of that little mixture, because I'm loving that. So I'm hoping that as the weeks progress, we'll get to a point where we'll see Mickie James maybe not really coach Kiera, but maybe say to her, hey, congratulations. I knew you could do it. I'm so happy that you became the #1 contender. You got a big challenge ahead of you and Kamille. Hey, you know, for my sake and for my family, go out there, kick her freaking ass, take away that championship. But then also at the same time, where this could possibly go, I don't know how far along you guys have thought about this, but Kamille and crew, Strictly Business that is, they could easily look at this and do that whole conspiracy Corrigan joint that they like to be spinning out there. Oh, Kiera Hogan, look at this. She gets these nice little opportunities with Mickie James, championship match here, tag match with Mickie James there. Then she gets put in a match to figure out who's going to be the new #1 contender to face Kamille for the championship. Oh, you know, if there's not a conspiracy going on here, right? So, I mean, you got some nice... I can't wait to see how this is going to play out over the next couple of weeks of NWA programming. And as we've seen with Kiera, she is a hot firecracker when it comes to trying to please Mickie James, because she idolizes Mickie. She thinks of Mickie in such high regard, but at the same time, she's thinking that there's whispers coming from Mickie James, that Mickie is talking behind her back and all this other crap. So I'm most curious to just see how all of these dynamics that I'm mentioning for you guys, how it all really comes to a head going into this match between Kamille and Kiera for the Burke. So looking forward to that. But all the girls in this matchup, they tore it up. They tore it up in this one. So pretty good. Got to give it up to them. Meanwhile, Homicide with La Rebellion, they pretty much were chatting it up with OGK. This pretty much erupted in a brawl between OGK's Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and La Rebellion, after the champions, La Rebellion, pretty much told Taven and Bennett they weren't worthy of getting a tag title shot opportunity. Because they wanted to know straight up from the OGK, what the hell are you guys even doing here? Seriously, you just lost your job not that long ago. We know why you're really here, but no, seriously, why are you here other than you lost your jobs? Of course, the nice little ROH burn and all that. By the way, we'll talk more about ROH and all that on Wednesday nights. Again, it's pending. Just has to do with how I'm feeling, but that's pending. I think we're still going to be on. I think honestly, if I just, after we're done here, if I just lay down for a little bit, you know, maybe before my next class, and see if I can, maybe I'll be all right. We'll see. We'll see. Meanwhile, Jax Dane was chatting it up with Cal Davis, and right before the next match, what had to do with Anthony Mayweather, the question was brought up, yo, is it a coincidence that this next match coming up, we're seeing Anthony Mayweather taking on Mims? And Jax Dane confirmed to Cal Davis, no, it's not a coincidence whatsoever. Was able to pull some strings and have it set up so that Mims and Mayweather fight each other. And it was interesting right here because Jax Dane pretty much put out there, hey, here's a nice proposal. Between these two guys, whichever one is able to come out as the winner, they're going to get an opportunity to face me. So the teacher versus the student, and Anthony Mayweather taking on Mims. I like the nice story that they tried to tell with this, where Mims, he didn't want to fight Mayweather. You know, he looks up to him, and I like how conflicted Mims was in the ring. He didn't want to do certain things. He didn't want to go for the cover. You know, when he saw an opening to just, you know, jump out there with a vicious attack, he had an opportunity to do so, but he didn't do it. I liked how the story was, but you could make an argument that the story was a little bit long-winded. It was a little bit long-winded. I appreciate a couple of times hearing Mims say, hey, this is the game that Jax Dane wants us to play. He's playing you, he's playing me. You got to realize this. You know, he's just trying to pin us against each other. you know, and we become even weaker as a result, and we're just easy pickings off of him. We don't need to go down this path. For me, and it took him long enough, because I'm looking at this play about, I felt maybe this should have been trimmed by about 3 minutes, honestly, because I felt it was 3 minutes too long. But I got to a point where I'm literally saying out loud as I'm watching this on the TV, yo, Mims, you're that bothered, just roll out the ring and settle for a count out. And it took about 3 minutes, but sooner than later, that's exactly what Mims had did. I'm going, okay, this is progress. Now we're getting somewhere. So to see it end in the way that it did, where Mims was trying to settle for a count out, but Anthony Mayweather chases after him, and he's pretty much telling him, hey, my feelings that I have with Jax Dane, like, don't get it twisted. I'm putting that to the side. This is straight up nothing but business right here that's going on between me and you, Mims. This is strictly just the better man winning. That's what this is about. But Mims wasn't trying to have any of it. As far as Mims was concerned, yeah, his boy Mayweather, all he was thinking about was freaking Jax Dane. But Mims did something that was really, really cool here, because as they were pretty much talking it out in the ring, basically, Mims ended up Irish whipping Anthony Mayweather into the ring, and pretty much, boom, Mayweather wins via countout. So looks like it's going to be Jax Dane taking on Mayweather yet again. We'll see how that pans out. But yeah, that one just went a little bit too long for me there. Cyan chatting it up with May Valentine. She's trying to figure out exactly who is he under that mask, and she asked him, okay, you said a couple of weeks ago that you're related to a former NWA world champion, that your father is a former NWA world heavyweight champion. So she was trying to play her game of Sherlock Holmes, trying to crack the mystery of who Cyan is. Cyan, nice, good, strong promo, man. I was actually feeling this promo. I actually took some notes of his promo, paraphrasing here, but he pretty much had talked about, May, you're used to people judging you, aren't you? From the art that you choose to wear on your skin, why you are who you are. No one owes you an apology or an explanation. I damn sure feel that I owe no one an apology or explanation. I want to be judged by my performance in the ring. That's what Cyan laid out. He's dressed to fight, and he's looking at his match against Jedias as a beginning to an end. That it is more than just about the NWA TV championship, which he realized the hard way when he faced Tyrus some weeks back for the title. As he's looking at Judas as the road to the national championship. Dirty Sexy Boys, JTG and Dirty Dango were in action as they picked up a win over the Rude Dudes, El Rudo and Jamie Stanley. I got to tell you, DSB, Dirty Sexy Boys, they are growing on me, man. I am liking that tag team. Of all the tag teams that just came from out of nowhere in the tail end of 2021, that actually has you, ooh, and raise an eyebrow and go, I can get behind this. Dirty Sexy Boys. Seriously, Dirty Sexy Boys. They are clicking so well. And this is what I need, though. I need for JTG and Dirty Dango to be working with some really good graphic designers already, because it's time. It's been time. We need to see some freaking shirt designs already. I bet you if I were to go to the NWA store right now, I bet you there is no Dirty Sexy Boys merchandise. I bet you there isn't. And I'm actually gonna get ready to go to their website right now. Let's see what we can find here, because I'm most curious what we got going on here. I'm looking, y'all. I'm still looking. Hang on. Okay. All right, we're on their official site here. Cause yeah, they gotta push that. They gotta push that, yo. Let's see, store. Here we go. Cause if they don't have that set up right now, look, I'm a nice guy. I'm willing to give them until mid-February. Cause I know that with these TV tapings, they do a couple of weeks in advance, all that good stuff. But yo, we got to get the hookup on this already. Oh wow! So when you go to the National Wrestling Alliance Pro Wrestling Tees store, they're saying we can't find products matching the selection. Okay, yeah, there's nothing. That can't be right. Maybe that's a bad URL. Come on now. Let's try that again. Maybe that was a bad URL. Yeah, y'all, I'm not able to find anything on their Pro Wrestling Tees store. So that's kind of weird. And I came across it by going to National Wrestling Alliance's website. When you pretty much go there, all you got to do is just click on store. And yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing available right now. Yo, NWA. Yo, we got to fix that. Come on, y'all. We got to fix that. So yeah, anyway, Dirty Sexy Boys. I need to see some Dirty Sexy Boys merchandise with the quickness. Sign me up. I will definitely, y'all know I will buy something like that. All the wrestling memorabilia stuff that I be pushing. But they're clicking pretty good as a tag team so far. You know, just kind of looking down the pipeline. If there was ever a tag team I'm looking at going, I don't know, La Rebellion. I don't know. Dirty Sexy Boys all the way. Dirty Sexy Boys all the way. Maybe OGK. Maybe a little OGK as well, but definitely the Dirty Sexy Boys. Other than that, National Wrestling Alliance Television Championship, Tyrus picking up a victory over Jaden Roller. Man, I ain't really got nothing to say about this one. This was just pretty much a squash 'em kind of match, honestly. Tyrus playing with his food, man. That's how I looked at this match. I mean, this really wasn't even a match. Those of you that saw WWE Raw for this week, and you remember when Omos was just pretty much having his way with, what was that guy's name? Nick Sanders? A damn insult to all of us Sanders men. Never call yourself Sanders again, my brother. No, you are stripped of that name. You just go out there and you just call yourself, I don't know, Default Wrestler. That's your new name, Default Wrestler. Yeah, this was just... Man, see, at least you could say when you look at the Omos taking on the Sanders guy and you compare it to what Tyrus was doing here with Jaden Roller, at least you could say, well, Jaden had a little bit more of an offense. He definitely got in some nice little spots. Looked as though maybe it could have been an upset. Yeah, it looked like he was having a fighting chance. At least you could say that about that match. Whereas the Omos, Nick Sanders dude, just nothing. And I mean nothing. Sion picked up a W over Judas. This came via disqualification. Main event match, 3-way tag team match. Matt Cardona, Mike Knox defeating Strictly Business, Tom Latimer, Chris Adonis, Trevor Murdoch, Tim Storm. Basically, we saw Matt Cardona. What's he calling that move, by the way? Is that called the Rough Rider still? I don't know if he's still calling that the Rough Rider, but I was a little bit, I won't say disappointed, but I was quite surprised that Joe Galli and crew did not capitalize when they saw him do that. I'm going to call it the Rough Rider because I don't know what else the hell you call that move that he's doing there. But I was quite taken back that they did not call that move because that's one of his signatures. And, you know, you're thinking, oh, okay, the match is going to... If you don't know Matt Cardona's moveset, then you're just, But when I saw him do that move, I'm going, oh shit, that's the Rough Rider. I think the match might be over here, because he actually did it on Tim Storm. And sure enough, as the commentators were just being nonchalant, because it was a sweet ass spot that he did there. They were just being nonchalant, you know, and I'm not taking any digs at them, but no, they were just calling the action, right? They didn't recognize that move that Cardona did there. And next thing you know, 1, 2, 3, match is over. And I just couldn't help but go, wait a minute, did I miss something? Did some kind of weird shenanigans come into play? What was going on here? And I saw the instant replay, and I'm going, this is exactly what I just saw. Oh yeah, he did the Rough Rider. Why didn't they call that? That was the Rough Rider. And yeah, so he did the Rough Rider on Tim Storm. So for Matt Cardona to pick up a victory by pinning a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Honestly, I like the way this match was designed. I like the fact that we didn't have Trevor Murdoch be the one to eat the pin there. I really, really like that. And looking at what's going on right now with Strictly Business and Latimer Chris Adonis particularly, because we just saw Chris Adonis on NWA USA talk to Kyle Davis about how they're trying to get an appeal put in there for the NWA board to basically have the NWA National Championship be predominantly featured on NWA USA. That title is going to be defended on that show. The national champion makes appearances and all of that on the show. So I thought it was very smart booking that you saw that over the weekend, and then you go into this show and, hey, all right, Adonis, no, we're not going to have him be pinned. So I thought it was very smart how they had laid all of this out and further pushing the narrative here of trying to build up that next legit threat for Trevor Murdoch's 10 pounds of gold, continuing to push that narrative. So all things considered, pretty good. And not for nothing, but for this three-way tag team matchup, all the guys had clicked pretty good. In this one. So about 6 matches total. Really 5. You might be even able to say 4.5, give or take, but a decent show for this week. I would have to say a decent show. I'm not nitpicking. I'm just playing it back in my head. If there was anything kind of, no, I actually was fine. All things considered with how this episode was executed. So that's NWA Power for this week. No NWA news right now. I mean, honestly, the biggest piece of news right now is the whole NWA All Access. So hopefully a lot of you guys will try to, look into that. But if you're kind of trying to wait it out, see what else might be on the horizon, if you want my honest opinion, I would say wait until the end of January going into the first week of February. That way, Fight TV has everything ironed out, and then you're able to make a really good financial / conscious decision as far as what you want to do to go about accessing your NWA content. All right, so let's see. On that note, how are we doing on time here? We did pretty good. So this episode ran about 43 minutes, and that's really because we had just tackled 2 shows in one. So that's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to, on that note, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to stretch out for a little bit before my next class. And luckily, after my next class, I'll be able to get in a little bit more rest. So hopefully we'll be able to come right back for you guys later tonight, and we'll talk about Aew Dynamite Fallout, because besides that, assuming that everything goes good and I'm feeling better, there's a lot I want to get into. I definitely want to get into the stuff that's come about with Corey Graves. I mean, that's definitely been, that's some some big news right there about Corey Graves. Whole lot of fun stuff that we can get into tonight. So tentatively, I will say I will see you guys later tonight for Wednesday, January 12th, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, after AEW Dynamite goes off the air. And remember what I had said, Thursday, look out for that poll. I'm going to have that poll be available exclusively on our communities section of YouTube. So head over to youtube.com/the RCWR show. There'll be a communities tab there. And it's simple. I'm asking you guys if you want to continue to get your NWA stuff, your post shows on Tuesdays, or if you want it to be live on Wednesdays, maybe around 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So just sound off when you see that. And then one other cheap plug I want to give you guys in case you did not check it out yet. Right now on the YouTube channel, I will make the audio version be available, but not until this weekend. But right now on the YouTube channel, there is a special 30 with Lee edition looking at the career, paying tribute to Sidney Poitier, who passed away at the age of 94 within the past week. So, no, not for nothing, but we had reviewed 2 movies from Sidney Poitier over the years. And so definitely huge Sidney Poitier fan over here. So if you didn't check that out, make sure you definitely show that some love as well. Again, that's on the YouTube channel. Head over there, show that some love. Get at me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Use the keywords, the RCWR show. For those of you maybe just tuning in and you missed the coverage, best part about being live, you can just hit that rewind button and you can catch all the great talk of NWA. All right? So tentatively, I will see you guys 10 p.m. Eastern for AEW Dynamite Fallout. All right, guys? Till next go round, wishing all y'all to be safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. I'll see you guys next go round. Y'all take care. Peace.